Hello, welcome to today's micro lesson, Creating a Short Story. Every day we share our information to others. We may tell someone about our day at the park, school, or about some other event. We use our feelings and emotions to share this information because it lets other people know how we felt in that moment. For example, if you told someone about your Monday morning, you may say, I was happy to wake up today, or I was sad to leave for school. Other emotions we can use to describe how we feel are anger, disgust, and scared. If I told you that I woke up angry today, you might choose to stay away from me. You can also use disgust to tell someone about something you do not like. For example, the soup I ate at lunch was disgusting. Wherever you're sitting at, can you show me what angry, sad, or disgust looks like? Whatever emotion you choose, good job. You're going to need these emotions. You're going to use these emotions in a story that we'll create later. Besides using emotions to tell a story or an event, we also use sequential order. Sequential order is the arranging of events, items, steps in order. Think of first, second, or third, or beginning, middle, and end. Think about how you got ready for school today. Did you brush your teeth first, or did you eat breakfast? If I were to ask you about your morning or what you did during the weekend, how would you tell me? Would you say I went to the park and then I went out to eat? Were you happy, excited, or sad? I was sad to go to the park, or I was happy to go to the park. Think about that because you're going to need that later on for the assignment. We just learned that sequential order is the arrangement of events in order. But you may think, how is that important to storytelling? So I'll ask you, why do you think it is important to tell a story or an event in order? If I were to tell you about what I did in a day, it makes sense to start off from when I woke up. For example, I'll tell you I brushed my teeth after I woke up. Instead of saying I played soccer, then I brushed my teeth. You probably would be like, what? So it's important to tell things in order. We have gone over different emotions and learned about sequential order. Now we will use our new knowledge to create a short story. This is an example of my short story. So I'll start with what I did first and then I'll end with what I did last in my short story. So let's begin. First, I put on my favorite shoes and got my favorite sweater. I got in my car and drove to the store. I was sad when I got to the store because there were no shopping carts. I grabbed my favorite chips and got in line. I was now very happy with my favorite chips. And this was my short story. This is another example of a short story we can use. This is about a boy getting ready for school. If you notice, there are short words in each little box. Waking up, going to the bathroom, getting dressed, etc. Can it be better if we use sentences to tell the story? I think you can. So in the next slides, I'm going to give you sentences you can use instead of these short words. So the first thing this little boy did was waking up. Instead of saying waking up, you can say, I woke up happy to go to school. Next, the little boy went to the bathroom. Instead of saying going to the bathroom, you can say, I went to the bathroom after I woke up. Then he got dressed. Instead of saying getting dressed, you can say, I was happy to get dressed or I was not happy to get dressed. So after the little boy got dressed, he put on his shoes. Instead of saying putting on shoes, you can say, I put on my favorite shoes. Then the little boy combed his hair. Instead of saying combing hair, you can say, after I put on my shoes, I combed my hair. Then finally, he ate breakfast. Instead of saying eating breakfast, you can say, I was excited to eat breakfast and go to school. Or I was mad, or whatever you choose. So now we'll take a pop quiz about what we just learned. Don't worry, this test won't be graded. We'll take it here. I'll ask you questions, then I'll give you a few seconds to think about the answer. and then I'll tell you which answer is correct. So we'll start off with the first question. Emotions and feelings are not important in storytelling. True or false? Think about that for a few seconds. If you said false, you are correct. Emotions and feelings are important in storytelling. Second question. Sequential order is A. Arranging events in order. B. Mix matching stories. C. Drawing a picture. Think about that. The correct answer is A. Arranging events in order. Third question. An example of sequential order is A. Last, then second. B. Middle, first, third. Or C. First, second, third. Think about that for a few seconds. So, the correct answer for this question is C. First, second, third. So remember, it's in order, so sequential order would be first, second, third, not middle, last, first. That's not in order. So, good job if you got all of them correct. If you didn't, still good job. We'll still keep learning about this. We share stories every day to our friends and people we know. Sharing and describing stories in detail, such as using sentences and describing how one feels, is an important way to share information. Telling stories in order is also important to let people know about what we did, something that happened in our day. It makes things less confusing when you're telling a story, going from first, middle, first, second, last, or beginning, middle, and end. As mentioned before, you will create a short story about your trip to the store, the park, or how you get ready in the morning, or some other event that you want to share with us. In this short story, you need to write 4 more sentences, include your actions, emotions, and feelings, whether you were sad, happy, mad, angry, you ran, you walked, etc. You do not have to draw, but you are required to have the 4 sentences down. So you're welcome to draw. I think drawing can help you let out your thoughts first, and then you could write about it, or you could write and then draw, however you like. But you're not required to draw, but you do need to have the 4 sentences. And there will be a green drop-off box in the interactive panel. The green drop-off box contains a link where you can create and submit the assignment. And you go click the green box, click the link, it takes you where you could create the assignment. You could create it on the Google Docs, and then you could upload your picture on the Google Docs and then write your sentences on there. Or you could just do it all by paper and pen and take a picture and then submit it, however you like. So thank you for watching and have a good day.